Hi students, welcome to this maths class. We have studied multiplication of integers and the properties of multiplication of integers. Today we will discuss about the problems of multiplications using these properties, and also we will study the division of integers. We know that the properties of multiplication of integers help us to make our calculation more easier. We know the properties are integers are closed under multiplication, and multiplication is commutative for integers, multiplication is associative for integers, and the important property is distributive property also we have studied. So using these properties, let us see how can we solve the problems very easily. So children, now you take your maths notebook and do these questions. Let us see this question. Find the product. 50 into 125 into minus 2 into 8. Here 4 numbers we are multiplying. Using the properties what we studied, you can make this calculation more easier. We know that multiplication is commutative for integers and multiplication is associative for integers. So you can multiply the numbers in any order. So if you rearrange these numbers, very easily you can multiply this. For example, first you multiply 125 into 8 and you multiply 50 into 2. If you multiply 50 into 2, we know that 5 2s are 10, so 50 into 2, 100. So 50 into minus 2 is minus 100. And the same way, if you multiply 125 into 8, 8 5s are 40, so the last digit will be 0. So your calculation will be little more easy. So let's see, first you multiply 50 into minus 2, rearrange the terms, into 125 into 8. Now 50 into minus 2 is minus 100 into, multiply these two, 125 into 8. 8 5s are 40, 4 is carry over. 2 8s are 16, 16 plus 4, 20, 2 is carry over. 1 8s are 8, 8 plus 2, 10. So your answer is 1000. Now it is very easy to multiply these two numbers. So minus 100 into 1000. So negative into positive is negative. 100 into 1000. So if you multiply with 100 or 10, whatever it is, we are putting the number of zeros in the right side of the number. So 1000 into 100, it will be, how many zeros? 5 zeros. 3 plus 2, 5 zeros. So what is the answer? Minus 1 lakh. Very easily we find the multiplication of these numbers when you rearrange the order. So using which property we used here? We know that it's associative property of multiplication. Let A, B and C are integers. Then A into B into C equal to A into B into C. So here more than 3 numbers are there. So if you group, making groups in these and multiply, then you will get the answer. Now the second question is 52 into minus 8 plus minus 52 into 2. Here, first you have to multiply these two, then you should multiply these two, then you have to add this to getting the answer. So it's almost same as the property like a distributive property. A into B plus A into C. So using the distributive property very easily we can calculate this. So here 52 into minus 8. But in the second term it is minus 52 into 2. Here it is positive 52 but here it is negative 52. So minus 52 into 2 is same as 52 into minus 2. Both answers are same. Minus 52 into 2 is same as 52 into minus 2. That means minus 52 means it is negative 1 into 52. Negative 52 means negative 1 into 52. Negative 1 into 52 is negative 52 into 2. So we take this 52, multiply negative 1 and 2. So you will get 52 into minus 2. Both if you rearrange this, it will be same. So we can rearrange this question like this. 52 into minus 8 plus 52 into minus 2. This minus we are taken to the next number. Now look at here. In both the terms, 52 is common. A into B plus A into C. We know that A into B plus A into C is equal to A into B plus C. That is our distributive property. Distributive property of integers, multiplication over addition. So 52 into minus 8 plus 52 into minus 2, we can write it. This form is given for you now. You can write this in the form of A into B plus C. For that, you have to take the common factor out. Here 52 is common in both the terms. You take it out, then 52 into, you are taking 52 from here, then what is left here? Minus 8 plus minus 2. 52 into minus 8 plus minus 2. We taken 52 is taken out, then minus 8 and minus 2 is left in the bracket. That is A into B plus C form. Here A into B plus A into C is equal to A into B plus C. So 52 into minus 8 plus minus 2. Now your calculation is little more easy. It is 52 into minus 8 plus minus 2. It's addition. When you are adding two negative numbers, you just add the number and keep the sign as it is. So 8 plus 2, 10. The sign is negative. So minus 52 into, 52 into minus 10. Now it's an even odd number of negative numbers is here. So 52 into minus 10, we know that negative into positive is negative. And 52 into 10, 520. So the answer is minus 520. Next question. 14 into minus 48 plus minus 48 into minus 24. When you observe this question, you can see in both the terms minus 48 is common. Minus 48 is common in both the terms. This is one term, this is another term. So it will be in the form of A into B plus A into C. So by using distributive property, we can write it as 14 into minus 48 plus minus 48 into minus 24 is equal to A into B plus A into C is equal to A into the common factor, take it out, A into B plus C. A into B. What is B here? 14. B plus C. C is minus 24. Using the distributive property, we can write A into B plus A into C is equal to A into B plus C. So, which is equal to minus 48 into 14 plus minus 24. Here we want to add a positive integer and a negative integer. So, you just subtract smaller number from bigger number and put bigger number side. So, 24 minus 14, 10, and bigger number sign is negative. So, minus 10. Now, see the calculation, it's very easy. No need to do any working column, directly you will get the answer. We know multiplication of two negative integers. So, negative into negative, positive. 48 into 10, 480. So, the answer is positive 480. The next question is minus 51 into 102. So, a two-digit number and a three-digit number is there. So, we are multiplying by, using in the working column 102 into 51 we have to multiply. So, instead of that, using the property very easily we can multiply. Here 102, we can split the 102 and we can write it as minus 51 into 102, we can write 100 plus 2. Is it? Minus 51 into 102, we wrote it as 100 plus 2. Now it will be in the form of A into B plus C. That is a distributive property. So using distributive property, by using distributive property, we can write it as minus 51 into 100 plus 2, which is equal to A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. A into B plus A into C. A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. That is a distributive property. So, you have to rearrange in that form. Here, LHS part is given for you. You have to write it in the form of RHS form. So, here minus 51 into A into B means minus 51 into 100. Minus 51 into 100. What is the sign here? Positive. Plus. So, plus. Next, minus 51 into 2. Minus 51 into 2. Minus 51 into 100 plus minus 51 into 2. Now, you can multiply very easily. Minus 51 into 100 is minus 5100 plus minus 51 into 2. 2 ones are 2, 5 twos are 10. So, minus 102. Now, both are negative numbers. We want to add these two negative numbers. Just add the number and keep the sign as it is. So, it will be 5100 plus 102. So, it will be 201 plus 1, 2, 5202. This both have negative. So you just add the number and keep the sign as it is. So minus 5202. So instead of multiplying these two numbers, using the distributive property, we write that calculation minus 51 into 100 plus minus 51 into 2. We make it as a more simplest way. So very easily we can multiply and find the answer. Next one is minus 35 into minus 98. Minus 35 into minus 98. This we can write it as minus 35 into minus 98. We can write it as minus 35 into 98. We can split it like this. 100 minus 2. 100 minus 2 is 98. But here it is minus 9, negative 98. Minus 98 we want to get it. So we know that 100 minus 2 is 98. But we want to get negative 98. So which number is a negative number here? Which number? That means the pair of numbers is 100 and 2. 100 and 2. If you subtract that two numbers, we will get this 98. But we want to get the answer minus 98. So you should take the bigger number, sign is negative. And smaller number, you have to take it as positive. Is it? So now it will be minus 100 plus 2, you will get minus 98. We know that if you take these two pairs, sum of these two numbers minus 100 plus 2, which is equal to minus 98. You should one negative and a positive integer is adding, so you have to subtract smaller number from bigger number and put bigger number sign. So minus 98 we can write it as minus 100 plus 2. Minus 98 we can write it as minus 100 plus 2. Now we can use the distributive property. A into B plus C is equal to A into B. So minus 35 into minus 100 plus minus 35 into 2. Minus 35 into 2, which is equal to minus 35 into minus 100, negative into negative, positive. 35 into 100 is 3500 plus minus 35 into 2. Double of 35, that is 70. 5 2s are 10. 1 is carry over. 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 1, 70. And what is the sign? Negative into positive is negative. So minus 70. So 3500 plus minus 70. A positive integer and a negative integer. You should use the rule of addition. Just subtract the number and keep bigger number sign. So if you subtract 70 from 3500, what you will get? 3500 minus 70, 0. And 0 minus 7 is not possible, so you should borrow. Here it is 10, here it is 4. 10 minus 7, 3. 4 minus 0, 4. 3 minus 3. So the sign is positive because bigger number sign is positive. So the answer is 3430. So in this question, it's given for you. Total number of questions is 15. And for each correct answer, the marks given for each correct answer is 4. And marks given for each incorrect answer is minus 2. And Geetu attempted all the questions, but she got 9 correct answers. So the remaining are incorrect answers. Out of 15, 9 are correct. Then how many questions are incorrect? 15 minus 9, that is 6 questions are incorrect. We want to find the final score of this Geetu. So here, when it's a word problem, you have to write the steps. The first step is marks given for one correct answer. That is equal to 4 marks, and marks given for one incorrect answer. It is equal to minus 2. And number of correct answers which is equal to 9. Number of incorrect answers that is not given in the question, but it's given. There are total 15 questions are there. Out of 15, 9 are correct. So incorrect answers are 15 minus 9, that is equal to 6. For one correct answer, 4 marks. Then for 9 correct answers, what will be the mark? The mark given for nine correct answers. It is equal to, for one correct answer is 4 marks. Then for 9 correct answers, the mark will be 9 into 4, which is equal to 36. One correct answer, 4 marks. Then for 9 correct answers, 9 fours are 36 marks. Same way you have to find the marks given for incorrect answer. Each incorrect answer, if one answer is wrong, means minus 2 marks will be given. So one incorrect answer, minus 2 marks. Like that, how many incorrect answers are there? 6 incorrect answers. So marks given for 6 incorrect answers. That is equal to 6 into minus 2. 6 into negative, positive into negative, that is negative 12. Now we got the for 9 correct answers 36 mark, and for 6 incorrect answers minus 12. Sum of these two, 9 plus 6 is equal to 50. Total number of questions. She attended all the questions. So the score will be sum of these two marks. So total score of Geetu's total score is equal to 36 plus minus 12. Sum of these two marks. So 36 is the correct answers mark. Minus 12 is the incorrect answers mark. Sum of these two equal to 36 plus minus 12. You just subtract 36 minus 12 is 6 minus 2, 4, 3 minus 1, 2, 24. Bigger number sign is positive. So the total mark is positive 24. The one more question is there. One of her friends get only 5 correct answers. What will be the total score? Gidu's friend get only 5 correct answers. So the number of correct answer is out of 15. Number of correct answer is 5. Then what is the number of incorrect answers? 15 minus 5, that is equal to 10 incorrect answers. So marks given for 5 correct answers. Marks given for 5 correct answers, that is 5 fours are 20. Marks given for how many incorrect answers are there? 10 incorrect answers, that is equal to 10 into minus 2. For each incorrect answer, minus 2 marks are given. So 10 into minus 2, which is equal to minus 20. So Gidu's friend total score is sum of these two marks, that is 20 plus minus 20. 20 plus minus 20, which is equal to one negative and a positive. Additive inverse we are adding. So sum of these will be 20 plus minus 20 equal to 0. So her total score is 0 mark, but Gidu got 24 mark. Gidu's friend got only 0 mark. So children, you should write these all questions in your notebook. First you write the question and answer. After that you draw a line. After each question draw a line, then put the question number, write the next question. So draw the margin and write neatly. And the word problem, you should write the steps also. First you write the question, then you write steps. There are 2 questions are there, so each question you should write the steps separately. And today you have worksheet also, you should write the worksheet also in your notebook. Now we will discuss about the division of integers. We already studied the multiplication of integers and its properties also. Now we can discuss about the division of integers. Division is the inverse process of multiplication. For example, 4 into 8 is equal to 32. From this we can write the division process. 4 8s are 32. Then 32 divided by 8 is equal to 32 divided by 8 is equal to 4. And same way 32 divided by 4, which is equal to 8. So from this we will understand one thing. From a multiplication process we will get 2 division statements. 20 into 4 is equal to 80. So from this we can write 80 divided by 4 is equal to 80 divided by 4 is equal to 20, and 80 divided by 20 is equal to 4. Now minus 8 into 7 is equal to minus 56. Negative 8 into positive 7, which is equal to negative 56. So when you write the division statements, minus 56 divided by 7 is equal to minus 8. Minus 56 divided by minus 8, negative by negative, minus 56 divided by minus 8 is equal to positive 7. We are writing these 2 statements from this multiplication. Minus 56 divided by 7 is equal to minus 8. Minus 56 divided by minus 8 is equal to positive 7. Another example is minus 5 into minus 4 is equal to positive 20. Negative into negative, positive. So we can write the division statement 20 divided by minus 4. 20 divided by minus 4 is equal to minus 5. And 20 divided by minus 5 is equal to minus 4. For any multiplication statement, there are two division statements are there. 4 into 8 is 32. So 32 divided by 8 is 4. And 32 divided by 4 is 8. And here also, when you observe these all examples, you can see one thing. When you observe the division statements, a positive integer divided by a positive integer, you got positive integer itself. A negative integer divided by a positive integer, we got negative integer. And a positive integer is divided by a negative integer, again we got negative integer. A negative integer divided by a negative integer, we got a positive integer. So from these all examples we can conclude that when a positive integer is divided by a negative integer, divide them as whole numbers and put negative sign before the quotient. Just divide 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5 and keep negative sign before the quotient. When we divide a positive integer by a negative integer, divide them as whole numbers and put negative sign before the quotient. In the same way, when we divide a negative integer by a positive integer, divide them as whole numbers and put negative sign before the quotient. Minus 56 divided by 7. 56 by 7 is 8. Keep a negative sign before the quotient. And if both are negative integers, a negative integer is divided by another negative integer, then divide them as whole numbers and put positive sign before the quotient. Negative divided by negative is positive. And a positive divided by positive also positive. So the same rules of multiplication we are applying in division also. Positive divided by positive is equal to positive. A positive integer is divided by positive, then you will get a positive integer itself. And negative integer divided by negative integer, negative divided by negative also positive. We know negative into negative is positive. Same way negative divided by negative is positive. A negative integer divided by a positive integer. Negative integer is divided by a positive integer, then divide them as whole numbers and keep negative sign before the quotient. So negative divided by positive is equal to negative. And a positive integer is dividing by a negative integer. That is also equal to negative. So if both the signs are same sign, it will be positive. If different signs are coming, then it will be negative. Same rules of multiplication. Negative into negative, positive. Negative divided by negative also positive. Positive into negative is negative. The same way positive divided by negative is negative. See some questions. Minus 12 divided by 2. It's a negative divided by positive. So you just divide as a whole number and put negative sign before the quotient. 12 divided by 2 is 6. It's a positive and negative. Both are different signs, so keep negative sign before the quotient. Next question, 72 divided by minus 8. 72 by 8, 8 nines are 72. So 72 divided by 8 is 9. Put negative sign before the quotient because both the signs are different. Positive divided by negative is negative. Negative divided by positive is negative. Now 50 divided by negative 5. Positive divided by negative is negative. 50 by 5 is 10. Minus 48 divided by 8. 8 6 are 48. So minus 48 divided by 8 is minus 6. Minus 32 divided by 2. Minus 16. Minus 8 divided by minus 4. Negative divided by negative, that is equal to positive. Negative by negative is positive. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Positive 2. 2 4s are 8. So minus 4 into 2 is minus 8. Minus 36 divided by minus 4. Negative by negative is positive. 36 by 4 is 9. So the answer is positive 9. Then 24 divided by 2. Both are positive. So 24 divided by 2 is positive 12. Negative 100 divided by negative 5. Negative 100 divided by negative. Negative by negative is positive. 100 by 2. 100 divided by 5, that is equal to 20. So the answer is positive 20. If you are dividing a negative integer by another negative integer, you should divide as whole numbers and keep positive sign before the quotient. Dear students, I hope that you understand this section, division of integers and problems related to multiplication of integers. So today you should read your textbook, underline the important points, and when you are writing the notes, I told you first you should write the heading, make multiplication easier. Then what all questions we discuss in this section, you should write it in the notebook. Then next, after writing that all questions from the multiplication part, then you should write the exercise 1.3. Your worksheet is exercise 1.3, question number 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Write the heading, division of integers. You should read your textbook, underline the important points. That points you should write it in the notebook. That means when we divide a positive integer by negative integer, divide them as whole numbers, put negative sign before the quotient. That points, all the points what we discussed, that 4 points you should write it in the notebook. Then exercise 1.4, question number 1, that is the next homework. Exercise 1.4, question number 1. So write these all properly, neatly, write it neatly, and write and study these all questions. At least 2 times you should write and study. So children, study well.